What's going on, y'all? I just wanted to make a quick video for a moment. Haven't made a video in a while. I just really wanted to speak on something. Although it is painful to watch your children as they grow, experience certain things, it's necessary. I understand, especially as a mother, that you want to protect your children from hurt and pain and different experiences and protect them from life. But the reality is you can't, especially when they get to be a certain age. Like up until a certain age, you could kind of protect them and, you should be guiding and directing them. But once they hit a certain age, I don't know, it's like they become teenagers, especially later in their teens, and they think they know everything. They think they have all the answers. They think it's going to turn out differently than it turned out for you, and they just got it all figured out. And so you try to guide and direct them and tell them, like, no, this is what you need to be doing because I did it and I experienced it, and this is how it turned out for me. And not saying that because it turned out for me as your parent a certain way that it's going to turn out for you that way. But at the same time, there's rules to everything. There's a few exceptions, but there's usually rules that if you go about something the wrong way, you don't plan, you don't discipline yourself, you don't make preparation, you're going to fail, period. So, sometimes people wing it and it works out, but that's not usually the rule. But anywho, and two, when it comes to like dating and them focusing on, boyfriends, girlfriends, or whatever, like, you try to guide them and tell them like your focus right now should be school or building a relationship with God, or if you have a broken relationship with a parent, repairing that relationship with that parent, those should be your focus at this particular time, and your goal is getting yourself together so that you can present yourself as the best you possible to whoever your future mate, spouse, whatever will be. But a lot of times along the way, these teenagers, they want to get booed up, they want to think they in love, they want to date, and people are always like, oh, you did it, and no, it's damaging to be in relationships, getting your heart broke, going through certain things that's unnecessary as a teenager. Okay, a teenager living your life like you married and committed to somebody for life and all that, like that's damaging, and it's painful. And why do you need to experience that when you can focus on you and building you and loving you and getting yourself together? So when they go through these little growing pains, you try to tell them things and they don't want to listen, and they go through these growing pains, and what you told them is what ends up happening. You just got to let it happen and be there to console them and get them direction or whatever. If they come to you for it or whatever the case is, you be there for your child to comfort them. But you gotta let it happen. For instance, you tell your child that they don't need to date, they need to focus on themselves, and they decide, oh, I want to like this little boy anyway, or I want to like this little girl anyway, and it ends up with the little boy or the little girl disrespecting them, or they heart getting broke, or whatever. Okay, I told you what was gonna happen, but you had it figured out. So I'm here for you if you want to talk or you need some company, but you deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know everything. So, no, I don't enjoy it, but I know that it's necessary for growth, and it's necessary for part of the process, because eventually they will come around and say, you know what, mom, dad, you were right. I should have listened. The goal is to prevent that from happening. The goal is for them to listen before it happens. But, sometimes they got to bump their head. Everybody got to bump their head. To me, I feel like if a child is wise enough to understand that they don't have to bump their head because they can listen, then that's a plus, and that's definitely a great thing. But most of the time, they got to bump their head. So you just got to let them, and that's it.